Hi, it's Bill Sachs in front of Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Delaplane, Virginia, where I'm the interim rector. As we approach Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and Easter, I have what may seem like a strange question for you. I wonder if you've ever been to any sort of reunion, such as a class reunion. A few years ago, I went to my own high school class reunion in Richmond. I won't say how long ago that class graduated because that's information I'd rather keep to myself. But we'd all been apart long enough that it really was a bit awkward at first, and it felt too formal at first. We had to sign in, we had to register, we had to get name tags. It was kind of stiff. Then we went into a reception area. There were refreshments, libations, and I bumped into a member of my graduating class I hadn't seen for all of those years. He's African American. And we began to have, to my delight, a very honest conversation. It began when I said to him, "So what was it like being at that high school for you?" And he laughed and he said, "Hey, I came back, didn't I?" We very quickly found that despite all of the issues in Richmond, Virginia, then and now, and across our country, then and now, of black and white and all the differences among us, we very quickly found that we had a common basis of experience because we'd been through the same high school class. We had graduated together and we had learned some common things. Soon we were laughing and introducing our wives to one another. Soon we were filling in the gaps of the years, talking about our experiences. We gathered and we ended by saying, it was remarkably easy to come back together, to talk, and to appreciate one another in a way that we never had before. There may be something of an analogy. The coronavirus has divided us. Even people who've known each other very well, worked together, families, and of course, people who've gone to church together. We've had to stay apart. That painful and awkward phrase, social distancing. We've had to be apart for the sake of safety. We at Emmanuel have done our best with live streaming worship and having various activities and meetings by Zoom. So as we go into Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and then Easter, we begin with what we've been doing with live streaming worship on Palm Sunday. We will have a joint Maundy Thursday service with our two colleague churches, Grace Church, the Plains, and Leeds Church in Markham, and that will be live streamed from Grace Church in the Plains. Then we're going to have here at Emmanuel a live, in-person Good Friday service at 6:30 p.m. on Good Friday that will be outdoors. We're going to keep our distance and all the rest of it, but we're going to start to be together again. And then on Easter Day, April the 4th at 10 a.m., we will have our worship with the Holy Eucharist outdoors, in person. We're going to do the Eucharist in a way that it is safe to receive communion. What does this tell us? It tells us that even though we've been apart, even though there's been this painful distance and we've had to do so for the sake of public health, we are beginning to be able to come back together, and we want this to be like a reunion. We want to discover one another in a way that perhaps is even deeper than it's ever been before. We know that before the coronavirus, it was easy in a sense to go to church. We knew what to expect. We had a wonderful, familiar, and reassuring routine about our church life and our church worship. But there have been hidden blessings in this time of not being able to gather as we are accustomed. The hidden blessing of live streaming has brought us more people gaining an awareness of Emmanuel through the live streaming of worship on our Facebook page. And we have been forced to ask questions that we must continue to ask about what is the meaning of faith and faith community in the midst of a public health crisis. But now we are able to work at coming back together. And what that means is we now have the opportunity to go even deeper in regrouping, in rediscovering one another, in rediscovering what it means to be Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Delaplane, Virginia. This is an important and exciting time, and that rediscovery of our faith and our faith community is very much in sync with what is going on at Easter. It may seem to some as if the church has died. It may seem to some as if it will be very difficult for the church to come back to life. But as a priest and as a person of faith, I believe fully that, like meeting my old friend at that high school reunion, there is new life yet to be discovered. We see all sorts of hidden possibilities and blessings that will begin to surface like the first buds of spring. You can tell we don't see those buds quite yet here at Emmanuel or in northern Fauquier County, but they're about to spring up. And on Easter, Emmanuel Church is about to spring up. We will rediscover our faith and our fellowship. We will gather, and by God's grace and God's blessing, we will think of even more ways to extend the fresh sense of energy and community that is about to come our way. I hope you will be part of it. I hope you will see that your life and your faith and your resurrection to new life in this world as well as the next all are tied to a sense of building community. That's what we're about here at Emmanuel, and we will be about it with fresh energy. Please join us by live streamed on Palm Sunday, by live streamed on Maundy Thursday, and then please join us here in person on Good Friday at 6:30 p.m. and especially on Easter Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on these grounds at Emmanuel Church. May God be with you. May God bless you. May God draw us together as never before.